Good day, everyone. I am Ella Visitacion together with my groupmate, Leia Isabel Valispin, and we will be going to share to you our report about the RAMSAR Convention on Wetlands. So before we will dive deeper to this topic, we will be going to recall first our ideas about what is a wetland, since this is the main focus of this international agreement. Wetlands. So, as defined, wetlands are those land areas covered by shallow water, an ecosystem, and a biodiversity hotspot. So, kini daw wetlands, mao ni sila ang mga areas where you can see dunay presence of water. It is also an ecosystem where dunay presence of vegetation and other living organisms. And it can also be a biodiversity hotspot where dito mag-meet halos ang mga animals because of complete resources. So we have here some examples of wetlands. First, we have swamps. So these are areas where, as you can see, dunay trees within that watery area. Next, we have marshes. Kining marshes, ang present ani niya nga plant is kanang herbaceous plants. Unlike atong sa swamps, mga trees, kanang mga woody trees, diri sa marshes, mga herbaceous plants. Next, we have lakes. Then, mudflats. Kini mudflats, these are kanang transitional areas between terrestrial and aquatic ecosystem. As you can see, kining area is muddy and sediment-rich gud siya. Then, we have mangroves. This is a type of wetland ecosystem, specifically coastal wetland ecosystem. So, next is coral reefs, the last one, an ecosystem found in shallow, warm waters, often referred to as the rainforest of the sea due to the wide variety of species they support. Next, we have here the importance of wetlands. First, it provides habitat for plants and animals. Second, it absorbs pollutants and improves the water quality. Third, it helps reduce the impact of floods. Fourth, it reduces soil erosion and increases soil fertility. Fifth, it provides livelihood sources to humans. Sixth, it plays a significant role in carbon sequestration. And seven, it maintains water table, contributing to the groundwater recharge. Since way back in 1900s, two-thirds of these vital areas have been destroyed. The government established in 1971 the Convention on Wetlands, which is the world's first treaty focusing on a single ecosystem. So, gikan ni ang iyang name from Iranian city of Ramsar. It is also signed way back in 1971, which it promotes designation of wetlands that are representative, rare, or unique, especially those wetlands important for biological diversity conservation. Now, who are the people behind this international agreement? So, next, we have the governing bodies of RAMSAR Convention on Wetlands. First, we have the COP. This consists parties and representatives from every country's nga apil aning agreement. Mag-meet ni sila every 3 years for policy and decision making and other important matters for the conservation of wetlands. Next, we have the standing committee. So kini sila ang responsible for the ongoing work of the convention to ensure that the decision taken at the COP is effectively carried out. So next, we have the secretariat. Kini sila, mao ni sila ang responsible for organizing meetings, maintaining documentation, and facilitating the exchange of communication. Lastly, we have the STRP. Kini sila, these are experts in various fields related to wetland conservations, especially sa field na science and technical aspects. Next, we have the RAMSAR Strategic Plan from 2016 to 2024. So this is the latest data that we get from our sources. So first, addressing the drivers of wetland loss and degradation. Next, effectively conserving and managing the RAMSAR site network. Third, wisely using all wetlands. And lastly, enhancing implementation. So kini siya, these are their objectives, the goals of this international agreement. So whenever a country wants to join in this international agreement, malista na sila ani nga group and mapart sa mga countries around the globe nga maka-receive og support from conserving their wetlands. And these are called the RAMSAR sites. So the current number of RAMSAR sites across the world, covering 2.5 million square kilometers, are 2,471 RAMSAR sites. So grabe kadaghan gyud nga area. Because as you can see ani nga data, over 35% of the world's wetlands considered the most endangered ecosystems. So that data was over the past 50 years. Nga mao na siya kadaghanon na mga wetland ecosystem ang mga disappear. Thankfully, this agreement has been established, the RAMSAR Convention on Wetlands, kay para ma-preserve pagyud ang mga wetlands around the globe, which is very important for all the living organisms. And to introduce some of the international and local RAMSAR sites, my groupmate Leia Isabel will give the informations further.
Ang Cabarge Peninsula mao ang wetland nga gila nga first world RAMSAR site. Nakalocate ni siya sa Northern Territory, Australia. Ang kini nga wetland naa siya sukod nga 220,000 hectares ug gibahin kini sa terrestrial, river, permanent freshwater, and brackish, and intertidal and coastal marine ecosystem. Na kini 800 plant species like 64 species of coral, 406 species of marine invertebrate from the coral reef or the intertidal zone, 35 mammals, 71 reptiles, 19 frogs, and 236 bird species. Gibasihan kini isip usa ka conservation reserve. Diin na ay turismo, edukasyon, ug tradisyonal na mga aktibidad. Adunay 7 ka RAMSAR sites sa Pilipinas. Ulango Island Wildlife Sanctuary nga malocate sa Mactan Island ug aduna siya 920 hectares ug nailan isip unang RAMSAR site sa nasod. Mao ang usa ka purok nga ubos nga gilibutan sa lain-laing ekosistema sama sa intertidal sandflats, mga bakawan, mga tanom sa seagrass, mga coral reef ug mga islets. Kini usa ka manungdanon nga puy-anan alang sa rare nga water birds species nga Asiatic dowitcher nga nagdala og dakong kahulugan isip pinakapundok nga lugar alang sa maong mga langgam sa Pilipinas.
So before we will end our report, we will leave you a quote from RAMSAR conventions that says, "A world without wetland is a world without water." So that would be all for our report, everyone. Thank you for listening, and God bless us all.